day in a Massachusetts courtroom as a pretrial hearing was held for former Patriots tight end Aaron Hernandez.
Hernandez is accused of shooting two men to death outside a Boston nightclub back in 2012. Today, we heard more from his legal team on whom they claim is behind his jailhouse phone call hack. Eyewitness News reporter Steve Nielsen joins us in studio now with the new developments.
Well, we reported earlier this year that Aaron Hernandez's jailhouse phone calls were hacked. As the former Patriot returned to court today to face charges for the deaths of two men, his lawyers defended several motions, and one of those being those phone calls. The discussion focused on who heard those calls and if attorney-client privilege was breached. Several people took the stand, but while arguing someone within the company that got hacked should testify, the defense offered a theory on who could be behind it.
We know his phones were hacked. We still don't know who hacked them as a result of this hearing. Or it could be a Russian hacker, with all respect, like WikiLeaks, who was able to backdoor into the system and understand how to create a username in order to enter the secure system. We don't know.
The judge is allowing a representative from the phone company to testify, but after hacked calls conversation ended, one of the men who survived the shooting in July 2012 took the stand, revealing what he says happened that night and pointing out who is responsible. That's on Eyewitness News at 6. I'm Steve Nielsen, Eyewitness News.
Developing news now in the double murder investigation involving Aaron Hernandez. There was a hearing today in Boston on two motions made by the defense. Two eyewitnesses took the stand, providing chilling testimony about the night their friends were killed. Eyewitness News reporter Steve Nielsen joins us now live in the newsroom with more.
Yes, Shannon, a very interesting day in court. There are two survivors in the car Daniel De Abreu and Safiro Furtado died in. Both of them took the stand today. One of them pointed out Hernandez as the shooter.
He pulled up the gun and started shooting.
Rachid Sanchez, for the first time, tells a judge what happened the night his friend Safiro Furtado and Daniel De Abreu were shot and killed next to him.
We was in panic, screaming, crying, crazy.
In 2012, prosecutors say one of the men bumped into former Patriot tight end Aaron Hernandez in a Boston bar. Later in the night, they say Hernandez pulled up next to them at a stoplight and shot and killed Furtado and De Abreu.
He started to say something like, "What's up, Negro?" He started shooting. It's the automatic.
What did the shooter look like?
Looked like him.
Okay. When you say him, who are you referring to?
Hernandez.
I'm sorry?
Hernandez.
Hernandez is already serving a life sentence for killing Odin Lloyd in North Attleboro. Before the double murder trial gets underway in February, a judge is hearing testimony to determine what a jury should be allowed to hear. Sanchez said he tried to talk with De Abreu before he died.
And I said, "Dan, talk to me. You hear me? Are you okay?" I saw him, man, and they died.
The defense argued Sanchez's testimony should not be allowed because news reports have impacted his memory. The judge will rule on that and several other motions before the trial begins in February. I'm Steve Nielsen, Eyewitness News.